We start with a general description of the machine. Model U13, double technology for paint, cold paint, and for cold plastic screed box shoe system. Shoe and screed box, it's equivalent. Here we can see the main components. Tank dedicated only to paint, to cold paint, and it's a gravity tank without pressure. Then we have tank for cold plastic, pressurized tank, maximum bar 6. Other main component, support of the gun for cold paint, not mounted, what we say later. Marking unit for cold plastic with shoe system. All these controls are dedicated to cold plastic marking unit, so all the hydraulic of cold plastic. Here we have catalyst tank. Catalyst is only for cold plastic system in powder, 50%. It's extremely important to use only catalyst 50% of peroxide, dibenzoyl peroxide, not 30, not 20, 50, to avoid the clumps and not a good dosage of material. Filter for cold paint system, high pressure filter with manometer, circulation hose, piston accumulator to compensate the pressure of the pump, the lack of pressure of the pump during the movement of the pump up and down. These and these have almost the same function. So this is a textile hose 15 meter, which works also as compensation device for the pressure of the pump. And this is the airless hydraulic pump dedicated only to cold paint. Here below we have the marking unit for cold paint. So 2 automatic guns for paint and 2 automatic guns for beads. This tank is a tank only for glass beads with 2 entrances, one on the left side and one on the opposite side, with maximum pressure 0.5 bar. The machine, when positioned on the truck to transport it, will be fixed only to some special points indicated on the machine. We will check all these points together. One is here. You see the symbol? And check. This symbol means that it's an allowed fixing point for transporting the machine. So one here, one on the opposite side, and on the rear side, right side and left side. So first thing, remove the belts that are fixing the machine. Second thing, fill in fuel. Fuel is diesel. So to fill in, you have to loosen these knobs and move all the carriage. Okay, move it slowly and then fix again. Fix. And here you remove the cap and fill in diesel, checking the level with the side glass. Then we need to give power to the electric system. The general switch, it's on the bottom right. So like this is disconnected. To connect it, fix and turn. On the control panel there is a light. It's written power, it means that we switch on the key. Let's have a look to the panel of control. Here below we have the starting key, the indicator of power of the general electric power we already seen before. Parking brake light, which is controlled by this control. So up the brake is on, down the brake is off. Then we have position light and klaxon. Directional arrows, left and right. Warning light, it's the two lights that we have on the panel. Light, the warning light of the engine, so these are all dedicated to the engine. Here we have the switch of the compressor, the switch of the right work light, hour counter of the engine, and temperature of water of the engine. Here we have the control to move the machine forward and backward. To move forward, you have to pull this ring. So you have to pull and move slowly forward, neutral position, backward. Here we have the engine accelerator. Move it slowly. Here we have a special device, hydraulic device, to change the speed of the machine. In this position, this red lever, so horizontal position, it's the transfer speed we call. It means it's the regular speed controlled with this. And it's the speed that the position that we suggest to use when you move the machine or when you work with paint, which normally it means 5 km per hour, 6 km per hour. If you want to move very slowly, between 1 and 2 km per hour, especially when you are using cold plastic, when you are applying cold plastic with the screed system, with the shoe system, you have to move the lever downward, so perpendicular, and then you don't use anymore this black lever to control the speed, but you use this knob. So like this you increase the speed, and like this you decrease. So it's a very fine regulation of the speed. Remember that if you leave the knob, the machine continues to follow the speed that you set. So to stop the machine with urgency, move this. If you move this up fast, the machine stops and the control is again in the end of the black lever. We have two more control. We have the beads pressure regulator with this manometer, maximum pressure valve, and valve to discharge the air. So in this way up you increase, and in this way you decrease. Of course, to decrease you have also to open the valve. Maximum pressure 0.5 bar. This regulator is an optional. It's a dedicated, we call it catalyst pressure. In the case you have problem in the sense that you don't find the powder catalyst, exists also a version of liquid catalyst for cold plastic system. And the liquid catalyst to be applied need a pressurized tank. So here we already predispose the machine with a pressure regulator to put under pressure an extra catalyst tank. we move again to the front, bottom. This small panel is dedicated to beats gun. So these two are the on-off, so the switch to switch on the beats, because you can also decide to work without beats, or beats on, and beats delay, one for the left gun, one for the right gun. So the more you screw it up, so like this, you increase the delay, and the unscrew, loosen, by loosening you decrease the delay. What it means? To cover the distance between the paint gun and the beads gun. Otherwise, if you decrease totally, if you open totally, let's make an example. If you open totally like this, the delay is 0. It means that paint gun and beads gun open and close simultaneously. So if they open and close simultaneously, the last part between paint of the paint line will be not covered by beads. If you increase, this close and this will close later and will cover the beads. Of course, it's an air valve, so it's subject to the speed of application, so it's not an absolute value. Let's stay down and see the other pressure regulator. Manometer and pressure regulator for the air of distribution of the beads gun, left. Manometer and pressure regulator of the right beads gun. So this is a supplementary air, so diffusion air. Here we have manometer and pressure regulator of the cold plastic tank, so the orange 250 liter tank. So these control these hose. Okay, so you would put pressure inside there. The maximum pressure of this tank is 6 bar, but we suggest to start from 1 bar, 2 bar, and then to increase only if necessary. The maximum air pressure, it's the manometer, which indicate the pressure of the system, so the air produced by the compressor, and the maximum is 6 bar. Let's see the general panel of all the other control. C8000 is the interrupted line device to do automatically the interrupted line. We will see in the detail later, and it will be helpful both for cold paint and for cold plastic, with some differences. Then this is the buzzer of the connected to this computer. We will see later when this will give alarm. Pump switch is the airless pump, because this pump, the airless pump for cold paint, it's controlled through an electronic hydraulic pump, and the pressure of the pump is controlled with this regulator. Then we have catalyst switch. It's an electric switch, because the quantity of catalyst is regulated through an electric motor under the tank. Quantity of catalyst also regulated with this regulator. C8000 is the computer, so the electronic device. Pneumatic pointer to move it up, the pointer to follow the existing line or the rope. Emergency to stop everything. Remember when you start the machine to control that it's unlocked. Up and down of guns, it's connected to the cylinder of the marking unit, so the front one, and under your feet there is another one. Manual or automatic right, manual or automatic left. These are two important selectors to select the modality of work with the gun or also with the screed box. Manual mean with the pedal. So if I switch manual on, then to control the gun I use this pedal. Automatic, it means that it follows what you set in the computer. You will also see this switch line with ribs, it means profile line, or only ribs, it means only profile without only the small ribs without the line in between. This modality, it's only dedicated to cold plastic with grid box. So if you're using paint, this will stay in the middle. You don't consider it. Vertical blade is a control to open immediately in case of emergency. The emergency, I mean, in case the grid box is stopped with clamps and you will not able to do the line anymore and you want to open very quickly, you do like this, but very quickly, because it opens totally the grid box. Plastic switch is the switch to open this one. Is to open this. Up and down. No, sorry. Plastic quantity. It's a regulation of the quantity of plastic. 0. Filling is a switch to keep open the valve. We will see later what's the use. Up and down grid box, it's the control to move the pneumatic cylinder. C8000 device. So we switch it on and we start. Tot kilometer, it means total kilometer done by the machine, forward and backward. To delete, press S and C simultaneously. To go out from the menu, press it again. Trat, it means total meters done by the gun, and you have 3 valves, so it means Trat 1, Trat 2, Trat 3. Trat 1 and Trat 2 are the guns, so the paint guns, and Trat 3 is the rib for cold plastic. In any case, here you see the total meters, and to delete it again, S and C simultaneously. To go out, press it again. Velocità, it means speed. Okay, you see the speed of application. This a functional test, and also this. Let's see the program. Here you have 8 programs. To go out from speed, you have to press speed. So P1, P2, P3, P4, P5, P6, and P7 are dedicated to paint, or better to say, it's not dedicated, it's dedicated to line. It's to define how do the interrupted line. 1 meter, pieno, it means solid line. Vuoto, it means empty space. You can modify this program by pressing simultaneously P1 and PRG until start to move. To change, first you do 0, 0, 0, and then you press again what you need. 1 meter, it's like this. So you want to modify also the solid line, you press S, go here, 0, 0, 0, and put it in 1, 0, 0. To confirm, PRG. So these 7, as I told you, are 7 different program of line. Program 8, it's only dedicated to profile. What it means, that gives the pieno gives the length in centimeter of the rib, so 2 centimeter. 15 is the empty space between the ribs. So with this modality, you will have 2 centimeter rib every 15 centimeter. So this is only dedicated to rib. Let's make a simulation of a program with paint. So if you want to work with left gun with paint, what you have to do, and you want to do 1 meter line and 1 meter empty space. First of all, you go out from here, you press another program, so you select the program. Then you select the gun, left gun, automatic. And now, very important, remember to press auto. In this way, the left gun will start with an empty space of 1 meter and will follow a solid line of 1 meter. If you want to start immediately with solid line, you have to press solid. Okay, pieno, it means solid line. In this way you will start immediately with 1 meter line and 1 meter empty space later. Let's come back one step. So this is automatic mode, but there is also semi-automatic. Semi-automatic, it means you will give the start, the computer will give the end of the program. So you always select auto, but you press singolo, and it doesn't work because you have to do it when it is a 0. So first you select singolo. Singolo, it means once it means semi-automatic. So singolo, and in this way, how to start? With the pedal, or with the pedal, or you press directly pieno, solid. So in this case, or you press here or you press here, it's the same to do semi-automatic. Let's make a simulation of cold plastic application. If you want to do cold plastic, first of all, you have to select the type of line. And to select the type of line, use this. So if you want to do a flat homogeneous line or an agglomerate line, you have to leave this selector as it is in the middle. If you want to do line with ribs, so profile line, you have to move left. If you want to do only ribs, only the small ribs controlled by program number 8 without the line in between, you move on the right. So let's make a simulation of flat line or agglomerate line. What you have to do? Almost nothing. So you move this selector, only this, not this, only this, on manual or automatic for screen box. So on the left, manual. And then with the right pedal you control the opening of the blade, only the opening of the horizontal blade, because if you are doing flat line or agglomerate, only the horizontal blade open. So open and close. If you want to do automatic, you do automatic, you select automatic, and then you select one of the 7 programs with this. And also in this case you can do totally automatic, but first you have to put to 0. So totally automatic, and you will start with empty space, or semi-automatic, so put to 0, semi-automatic, automatic, and then you give the starting and the computer will give the end. Let's make another simulation. Now we want to do profile line, so line homogeneous with some ribs. What do you do? First of all, you go to check the program P8 if it is correct, suitable to your exigencies. So 2 centimeter rib every 15 centimeter. Then you select line plus ribs, and then if you want to have a manual control, you select manual, and when you start with pedal, when you open the horizontal blade, then automatically every 15 centimeter will make also a rib of 2 centimeter automatically. So you control the flat line, the computer controls the rib all together. You can also decide to do a profile line automatic. What it means? That you don't control anything with the pedal. So P8 will still control the ribs. But you can also select simultaneously another program, P1, P2, P7, to do an interrupted line with ribs. In this case, what happened? You start with an empty space of 1 meter, but remember always to press automatic, otherwise it doesn't work. I always forget it. So, automatic. Select this program, 1 meter, 1 meter, and P8 simultaneously for the rib. So, beware that the two lights must be on, so P1 and P8. In this way, what happens? You will not control anything with the pedal. The machine will start with a 1 meter empty space and 1 meter of solid line with ribs. The ribs will be like this. There is the possibility also to do only ribs. Only ribs, what it means? That you select P8 automatic, you don't do anything with the pedal, and the machine will start to do every 15 centimeter a rib of length 2 centimeter. The thickness is not electronically controlled, it's mechanically controlled with the regulation on the squid box. We will see later. Let's start with the cold paint system, the airless system. Filling of the paint from here. We suggest to keep the filter for two reasons. First, to filter, and also to have a protection against accidental contact with the mixer. So, fill in. And here solvent. Solvent, it means a solvent for cleaning pump and gun. Not solvent to be mixed with paint. So, solvent for cleaning. Open, fill it. On the front, there is a system of valve. That is also very important. As you see now, you are taking paint from the big 300-liter tank. So open in this position, and in this way the solvent is closed. So this is the working position. Here we have a suction filter which works on both tanks, so on paint tank and solvent tank. This is the suction hose. So the first thing that must be done is the circulation, the starting circulation. So we start the pump without pressure. It means that you take the circulation hose that is normally fixed in the tank. You take a separate bucket, an empty container, and you keep in that direction, and you open the circulation valve. Because you see there is water, the machine has been tested with water. So the position of the rest position, so the initial and final position must always be like that. So circulation hose open, pressure. Then this valve is the oil valve of the pump. So with this closed in this position, the pump will never work. With this open, and then you have to remember to switch on the electronic of the pump. The electronic of the pump is this. So this, to be sure, is 0, and this on. To start circulation, we suggest to be in two people, so one here to increase pressure, and the other down, waiting a constant flow of material. Once you see that the flow is homogeneous without air, you can close. So first you decrease pressure to 0 again, okay? Then you close, put here, and now you increase pressure slowly. With this one you increase pressure. You will see the pressure of paint here. If at 100 bar you obtain already a nice line, homogeneous with good borders, there is no reason to increase more pressure. By increasing pressure, you will only see an increasing width of the line, but we are talking about millimeters. Before moving the guns outside, let's check the position of valves and the control. First of all, check that the hoses are properly tightened, okay? Then you do the same on the gun, of course. You check the tightening on the guns. Then you can open the valves. Very important, check the position of control hoses, especially orange, red and white. So orange paint gun, right paint gun, and white it's beads gun. So they must be like this. These, it's normal that they are not connected because you are going to connect them instead of the others only when you're going to use cold plastic. So again, for paint, like this. So orange, red and white, and this free. Okay, to move outside the carriage, loosen the knob, pull with two hands, then you can fix it again and loosen the other knob to move. If it's still not enough, you can remove the belt. You can remove the belt and pull a little bit more. Okay, if necessary, of course. Remember to fix again the knob. When the position is defined. Before starting to work with the paint guns, check carefully the position of the hoses. They must respect the colors and the function. So green to close, black to open. The last part is always transparent to check in case of problems with the gun, if there are some comeback of paint from the gun because the packing is damaged, you will see paint here. That's a problem. It means that you have to make maintenance to the gun. So again, green, black to open, and here orange to open and red to close. The same color and function you will see on the other side. Here you see left gun close, green, left gun open, black, and left gun beads, yellow. But with the beads you cannot make mistake, there is only one. Manual mode or in automatic mode. If you want to work in automatic mode, remember to push down the encoder in contact with the wheel. You switch on, you switch on C8000, then you select the gun. If you want to use the manual, both, you select manual, you switch on the beats, so these are on, and with right pedal or left pedal you control manually the gun. Otherwise automatic, and you select auto before switching on. Auto, you select the program, and now it will start automatically to work in automatic mode. Remember to set the beats delay with the regulator. Remember that you start always with empty space, and or you follow with both automatic the same program, so you cannot follow one program with one gun and another program with another gun, but all the same program, or one in automatic and the other in manual, for example. So in this way. So these are the combination allowed. Other important thing, if you stop the machine while you are spraying and you are during the line, the gun will stay open. So watch out to, when you stop, to switch immediately off the selector. To move the paint and the beads gun from the left side to the right side. First, remember to close the paint valve, then disconnect the hoses. Then remove the control hoses by pressing and pulling. Control hose of the beads. Distribution. Air distribution of beads. So hoses are disconnected. The beads hose. Take the right holders from the right side. Wait. hoses of different length because the standard length is not enough. After you prepare the hoses, you can mount. Aero distribution. Left gun and right gun. Now we can mount the control hoses, taking care of the colors. So let's start from the beads gun. White gun, white beads is P.
Red beads white.
P2.
Left beads yellow. Now green is left gun close. So the close goes always on the upper side on the gun.
So left.
So close, and it's also written on the gun close. Red, open, right gun, close.
Close. Close, right gun.
Orange, open, right gun, and open, so open is always on the side and close is open
On the upper part.
left gun, black, open, so take care not mixing the two blacks.
Open. The beads hose. And you move, trying to keep internally. And tighten with the screwdriver. Okay? So this is the configuration for the right side. We are going to make a simulation of flashing of the airless system with water, of course. First of all, we are filling water in the tank.
We go to check the position of the valve. So this is solvent tank open, paint tank closed.
Flashing procedure. First of all, we direct a circulation hose in a separate bucket. We open the circulation hose. We open the oil valve and it already starts. But remember to switch on the pump to increase a little bit the pressure. So once the flow is constant, we decrease pressure close the circulation. Fix the circulation hose, and now we increase pump pressure. (120 bar). Then we select both gun and manual. We switch on the computer and we are ready to go. So let's check the position of the control hoses. So right gun, red. Check. Remember to fix also the control of the cylinder to move the gas. Up and down gas. Okay. Check the paint valves are open. And now this is very important. Close valve when use airless mode. if you want to do automatic, you can make, for example, one gun in automatic and the other in manual, or both in automatic. The point is that only one program per time can be used. So press auto, select the program, let's see. So now we have the right gun in automatic and the other one in manual. Or stop, make a simulation of both in automatic. You see that it works also in the reverse. It's important too. So this is both automatic. Now we are moving to the cold plastic system. First, remove the glass bits. Gun. we suggest to put a shorter hose, because as short as it is, the better is the flow. And don't forget to put also the air of distribution. Okay, so before starting, check the position of the control hoses on the box of cylinder. So let's start from orange. You have to disconnect the one of the gun and connect the free one. Then you have red and white, which is the right pits. And now, of course, you will have these 3 hoses going to the gun disconnected. Then we put on the small wheel of support. We suggest to remove it during transfer of the machine, but to put it before starting working. Per il rullo. Now we have to move from the transferred position to the working position. But to lower the marking unit, so to lower the cylinder, we need to switch on the engine and switch on the compressor. Let's proceed. So then check first of all that the brake is on. So brake on, brake off. Let's keep the brake on. Okay? And now we accelerate. And we switch on the compressor. Now you see that the pressure of general air, it's up. So it's correct that the maximum pressure is 5.5 because the maximum valve is 6 bar, so 5.5. Okay? And now before acting on this control, you have to remove the pin. There is a safety pin. So, put the pin, and only now, okay. We are going to make a simulation of cold plastic lines plus ribs or profile line. So first of all, put under pressure the cold plastic tank. So close the valve and then you regulate pressure. There's the regulator on the left. Let's start from 1 bar. If necessary, we will increase later. Then let's check the hydraulic control. So oil, general oil is on. We are going to keep close the roller because the roller is only for structure, and we activate the mixer. Then we switch on catalyst. We switch on plastic, and we start the filling procedure. So filling, it means that we open this valve for cold plastic, and we started also catalyst. We can see here. So we wait a certain level of material in the shoe. Once we reach a certain level, we stop filling. So stop filling. Now we are ready to go. So the valve is closed, the catalyst stop, and now we go to select what we are going to do. So we set manual. We make first a simulation with manual, and then line plus ribs. Okay, let's check the program of ribs. P8. P8 is 15 centimeter interspace, and 2 centimeters is the length of each rib. Then press auto, and let's go to see what's happening. See? So we open the horizontal blade, and only when we open the horizontal blade, also the vertical blade is going to apply the rib. Of course, when you are in manual, to open the horizontal blade, you have to press the pedal. With the pedal, you control only the horizontal blade. The rib is done automatically by the C8000. Now we are going to simulate profile line, so line plus ribs, but in automatic. So automatic. So we choose a program of interrupted line. For example, program 1 meter line and 1 meter empty space. We remember always to press also P8 so simultaneously you will see the light of P8 and P1 on. So we are going to make an interrupted line automatically with rib. So it will not press any pedal. And after 1 meter of empty space, it's doing a profile line of 1 meter. So 1 meter empty space, and then again 1 meter profile line. We are going to simulate all the ribs without line in between. So all the ribs, we start with manual, check always P8 on, auto, did you press auto? Auto. And remember to close this valve. So in this modality, only the vertical blade is open, and only when you press. If you press, only the vertical, not the horizontal. Okay. With automatic, all the ribs, you have to select also one program, and simultaneously another always PA. So now you don't press any pedal and you wait. First meter empty space, and then 1 meter rib empty. Want to do flat line without ribs, you put the selector 0, manual, and this way when you press the pedal it will open only the horizontal blade, only when you press the pedal. Okay, if you want to do automatic, you switch to automatic, you press the desired program, you press auto, you start with empty space, and then automatically let's see some regulation on the shoe. If you want to increase the quantity of material, you have to regulate the horizontal blade. So of course the more you open, the more material comes down. In this way. Then if you want to increase the thickness of the rib, in this way, okay, in this way you decrease the thickness. Okay, so this is lower. If you want to increase the thickness of the rib, you have to do like this. The regulation is relatively fine, so a small regulation can change a lot the thickness of the rib. Only of the rib. The baseline is regulated only through the quantity of material of the horizontal blade, or also with this screw. With this screw you regulate the baseline thickness. Move the shoe. Okay. Then the pin behind. Okay. Flatten profile line to structure or agglomerate. First, remove the external wheel. Let's mount the correct one. So right. And it close.
And then we have to lower the support of the roller. You remove and you lower and fix again in the lower position. See? Now first check the horizontal position of the group, which change the position of the roller in relation to the shoe. So you can move forward, backward. Normally we regulate in the way that the roller is in the center of the opening. Then there is one more regulation, which is this. You have to loosen with the 17 the screw. By tightening, you lower the position of the shoe. By loosening, you move the shoe higher. Okay. The other one, tightening, the roller go nearer to the shoe. By loosening, you increase the distance between the roller and the shoe.
You put the roller simply by
pushing it. Okay. And yeah, watch out your fingers.
This part is very important, and it's only for structure agglomerate shoes. It keeps the shoe not vibrating, because differently from flatline shoe, the agglomerate shoe, the structure shoe, must be fixed. It doesn't move. So you lock it, and then you fix also on this part.
You check that it's parallel and you fix.
The wheel, external wheel.
And with structure also, there is an internal wheel that must be on the ground.
Okay, so let's check it.
So this distance can be regulated with this, and this distance, so the distance between the roller and the ground can be regulated with this. We switch on oil, we switch on also roller and mixer. So the mixer is turning. The roller doesn't turn, because it turns only when you open the shoe. So now again, let's make a simulation. We do filling, and we open the valve. No, no, wait. Why didn't open? The valve didn't open because we forgot to open again this. So this must be open. And now do filling. You see? Now it's opening. So this open. The catalyst is on. Catalyst is on. Let's check. It's turning. Okay. So we wait the level in the shoe. Once the level is reached, we stop filling, the valve is closed. We remember to put under pressure the tank. We can regulate a little bit more or a little bit less the quantity with the controller, plastic quantity. And now we make a simulation of solid line for agglomerate. So the selector of the shoe is manual and the other selector is in the middle, so you don't have to do anything. And with the pedal we control the opening. So we move. Once we move, we see that the horizontal blade open, the roller start to turn. That's all. Okay. If we want to do automatic, we switch to auto, we select the program, we check auto is on, and we will start with the empty space, and after 1 meter empty space we will make 1 meter line.
Let's see the differences between shoes for structure, agglomerate, and shoe for flat line and profile. The shoe for structure, it's a little bit wider than the line that he has to do. So in this case we have 21 centimeter, 5 to do a line of 20 centimeter because there is an effect which reduces the width of the line. Here we have a 15 centimeter flat line shoe for flat line, not for agglomerate, because it works in contact with the ground. It makes precisely 15 centimeters. But the type of shoes for the other parts is the same. We have a vertical blade and an horizontal blade. All the shoes open the horizontal blade to do the line. Only the shoe for flat line must open the vertical blade to do the profile. In any case, for emergency, we say, also on the structure you can open the vertical blade through a special control that we have here. It's called vertical blade. What's the function of this control? If you have a clump of hard material which stop the correct passage from the horizontal blade, okay, so suppose that there is a clump here, you make a quick action on the control and it flow away. To clean properly the shoe, you have to remove both blades, the horizontal blade and once cleaned the inside of the shoe, paying attention not to damage this part and also this part, which are these are flexible, so it's extremely important to clean carefully. And then the rolling part must be all properly clean and then greased. Reassemble the shoe. Okay. And now we're going to see once more what's the purpose of this screw. This screw is the regulation of the base line. The base line, it means the distance between the part with touch on the ground and the blade. We change this distance. Mount the shoe. Two things to be controlled before starting. First, the pin that must be fixed with the cylinder up. Second, the air valve must be open. Otherwise if there is air, you cannot move this part. If there is air in the system, you cannot do this. So then and on the other, and you fix, and you remember to fix also the small pin. So the shoe for flat line must adapt to the ground, so it's normal that it moves. Okay, that is normal. The important thing is that's well fixed in the two fixing point. Then you put on the propeller. Okay. Let's have a general overview of the main part of maintenance, the position of the filters. Let's start from the paint side. In any case, it's only a general overview. The precise information about maintenance are written in the handbook. So here we have the suction of paint, so the paint filter without pressure, so in suction. It must be checked daily and clean. Here we have the high pressure filter. It must also be checked and cleaned daily. Before opening by hand, you need to discharge it by opening this small cap here. This is the accumulator device. It must be always charged with nitrogen at approximately half of the pressure of the working pressure. So if you're working at 100 bar, you have to charge it at 50 bar. Then let's move on the rear side. Every day, remember to blow with air the radiator, also the upper one, and the filter. So the engine filter, diesel filter. Check the tensioning of the belt.
On this?
With this device you can increase or decrease the tension. On this side we have the filters or compressor. that must be replaced periodically.
So maximum and minimum oil of the compressor and discharge valve of the compressor.
The air filter of the compressor is on the upper side. This is the air filter compressor. General hydraulic coil filter is the white one in the lower position. To have access to replace it, you have to remove this protection, this blade of protection, this plate of protection with the screws.